Yes, hello. This is Coach Gordon Thomas from the Amityville Warriors basketball team, and you're listening to Warrior Basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors basketball pregame show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jairo Salazar, and I'm with Aiden. You are joining us here for the pre-game match. Today, we are seeing Amityville Warriors going against the Islip Buccaneers. For Amityville Warriors, they have lost against Half Hollows West, win against Islip, win against Center Mitcheries, lost at Kings Park, lost at Longwood, a win against Sayville, a loss against Rocky Point, and then another loss at Harbor Fields. And today, they're looking to get a win on their standings. What do you think, Aiden?
I'm excited for the game. I think that they can pull it off because I'm pretty sure they've beaten them before. They can definitely do it again if they do good with the offense.
Of course, they beat them last year, but this year's something new. It's always the surprising outcome. So for the starting 11, from what we can see, is we have number 10 Sherwin Johnson, a sophomore, playing really well from what I heard from his teammates.
He's an amazing player. I think he seems like he can coach, not coach, but he seems like he can be like a leader, and he can lead his team to victory if he keeps them in check and make sure that their mindsets are all set on winning.
That comes with a very big responsibility, being one of the youngest players there, having to step up. But let's move on. Let's slip over to Islip, where they're coming from a season where they lost against John Glenn, lost against Patchogue, win against East Islip. They lost against Rocky Point. They lost against Amityville, lost against Half Hollows West, Harbor Fields, win against Eastport South Monroe, a win against the My Bad, a loss at Newfield, and a win against Conquet. Then a loss at Kings Park, Sayville, and then Rocky Point. They're only by 5 points. Now they're looking to probably beat Amityville.
That is definitely everyone's mindset right now, is to beat the opponent, and they have to, if they want to win, they have to have a good mindset, and they have to keep a good mindset and want to win throughout the whole game. Even if they're losing by a few points or a lot of points, they have to keep that mindset thinking, I got to win this. I got to do good this game.
I definitely agree with you. The Amityville Varsity Boys have an overall of 3 wins and 5 losses, and I think that they're trying to pull up the playoffs, but their season is in a rebuilding stage, so it's going to be difficult to make that, where they lost Miles last season, who was an actual leader for them, like who stand up in and out of the court for them all times, had that passion for it. What do you think?
I think that they need to find a new leader that can lead them and keep them in check to the point where they can still do everything that they were able to. They are still in a rebuilding stage, but I think they're just about done with it.
I totally agree with you. Who do you think your standout player is going to be for today's match? Who's going to be the main man who's going to be controlling the court?
I think Sherwin.
You think Sherwin? I think Eli Todd and Sherwin Johnson are both going to do their best to have a control of it, talk about it, have a bit of communication, because it's not all about Sherwin. It's all about all the rest of the 4 players.
I also think AK can do a lot of damage on the court with offense and defense. He might also be another person that we might have to look out for on the court today.
AK is a really good player for the team. Been there for last senior year. Of course, he probably wants that ring.
I agree. I think that he can also be a leader who can also be one of the oldest on the court, who can help lead them to victory with his amazing defense and awesome offense.
You have any match predictions where you think it's going to come out with the win? How many points?
I think it's going to be 32-56 Amityville.
Really? And for Islip?
I think it's going to be 32-56. Islip loses.
All right. Well, we don't know. This is a pre-time show. Maybe when we come back to our mid-game, we'll find out. But honestly, I believe that Islip is going to put up a challenge for them. Overall, I think the Warriors are going to overtake the Buccaneers throughout this game.
I disagree. I think Amityville wins.
So that will wrap up our pregame show. We're going to head over to the coaches show. with Coach George Thomas from the Amityville Varsity.
Hi, my name is Jairo Salazar. I am here with Coach Thomas from the Amityville basketball team. I'd like to ask you a few questions. With COVID affecting everyone's season, like with the cancellations of practices, some games, rescheduling, how's that affected your mindset with the team and overall?
It has really, really affected us. I mean, as you know, there was like 2 weeks ago, we had like 11 guys we had to quarantine with JV and varsity, and that meant that we had to postpone like 4 games. Okay, and then when we did have practice, we would only have like 5-6 guys to practice with, and it's impossible to have a practice that way when you have to go over plays and defense, all kind of stuff. So yeah, COVID is rough, but it is what it is.
With having a season to look back on, with losing Miles from last season, what do you think could help you this season?
Well, Miles is a player that you just can't replace. When a coach gets a player like Miles, you have to cherish those moments. And I was blessed to be able to have Miles for 4 years. His freshman year, he started for me. Second year, we won the state championship with him. And he was a pure leader. And this year, we don't have Miles, of course. I'd love for him to be able to walk through the door and play for us, but we don't have him. But I just wish that we would get that leadership from someone on our team, and it's really hard to do that. We have a lot of young guys. Okay, so I see us being very competitive again in a year or two.
Has any of the younger players that you have stepping up, impressing you throughout third, fourth of the season so far?
I would say yes. 2 young players are playing really well now. Sherwin Williams is definitely. I'm sorry, Sherwin Johnson. You know what? I always confuse these guys' names with Sherwin and Seville. So it's Sherwin. He's playing very well. And so is Christian Smiley. Okay, Christian obviously was with us as a freshman, but we had a short season. We only had 4 weeks of playing. But those 2 guys are promising. And then we also have Justin Thornton coming up, and also Seville Williams. Yeah.
Have you seen any of the seniors or juniors have stepped up to be like a leader in and out of the court?
I would love to see more of that. I mean, we have Elijah Kennedy, who made All League last year. I really look to him to show some leadership. DJ Sinclair hasn't been able to play because he tore his ACL, and he was our starting point guard last year, so we're missing him. But he does come into practice and he shows leadership and at games as well. So, but the one thing about our team, the experience just isn't there. I mean, if you look at, we have Shai Lucas, who is the cousin of Devard Lucas, who played for us. This is his first year playing with us. Eric Saunders, this is his first year playing with us. And then you have the sophomores that are coming up. So, we're really inexperienced, but again, give us a year or 2 and I can see us really being very competitive.
One last question before we end our interview. You guys are going against Islip, the Buccaneers. Do you have any key points or any strategies you want to come out with the win?
Well, the main thing that I would tell my guys, and I'm going to tell them, is yes, we did beat them last time, but that's the past. You have to play every game hard. I just want my guys to be competitive. Give me 100%. Okay, and I say this to them all the time. Give me 100%, and if we lose, we went down fighting, and that team was better than us. But if you don't give me 100%, it's unacceptable. If you have a loss. But we're not looking to lose. We're looking to win this game. We just have to do the main things: hustle, box out, get the 50-50 balls, and play good defense.
Thank you for this interview, Coach Thomas. I hope you guys win against the Buccaneers.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys do a great job.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
And the past indeed, where we're looking to see a team that's really new. And now, from Coach Thomas saying in about a year or 2 where they could be challenging for titles. What do you think about that?
I think they definitely can do it. I think that they just have to do what Coach said and 50-50 the ball, hustle and give 100%. If they give 100% and keep a good mindset, they definitely have a chance.
Of course they do, but after losing Miles and having a leader like him on the court, it's very rare we see a player like Miles being more of a leader here.
Miles was definitely a big loss for them, and they're still looking for a leader. But I think some of the older students and players are gonna have to step up and bring their A game.
Yes, definitely. And hearing it, they have Shy Lucas, who's cousin of someone who played here before. Devad Lucas, who is cousin of player number 12, Shy Lucas.
I think that Shy will do a lot better since he's knows what to do because of his cousins. His cousins probably taught him most of what he knows, and I think that can help out here today.
Do you need to put any pressure on Shy Lucas today because of what his cousin did and how good he was?
I do think it's going to be a lot of pressure because most players that have brothers or family members that played here and they did amazing, like Devour did, I think that he's going to have a lot of pressure because he's going to want to do better or just as good as his cousin did.
And of course, with coming off a season where they win stuff, of course you want to have your name on some titles, names on the banners here, and everyone just, and looking around the atmosphere that we have around the court, it's just looking more competitive. Like no one's goofing around. Everyone's more serious, and brings me to one of the young players he was talking about, number 1 Williams.
He is an amazing player, definitely a possibility to become a leader, but he definitely has a possibility of bringing the team to championships, but I think he has a better mindset than some of the younger players on the team. He is a great player in all around. I think that he can definitely do it.
All right, and that will wrap up our pregame show. We'll be back when tip-off begins.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up. Never give the caller your personal information like your Social Security number or bank account, or send money in any form, cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you are worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica.
We are resilient,
médico
and we will
antes
get
de ir.
through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, Stay in touch with your community and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up. Never give the caller your personal information, like your Social Security number or bank account, or send money in any form, cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General, at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you're worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
This is Elijah. I am a shooting guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's time for Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And a good Saturday morning to you, and thank you for joining us here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. It is time to bring you our first coverage of Amityville Warriors boys basketball for the 2021-2022 season. It's been crazy, an extension, another year of COVID, but this time the Warriors get a full year of basketball on their plate. It's been rough with delays, cancellations, positive COVID tests, but here we are, two full rosters, two teams excited to play, and one team, the Islip Buccaneers, looking for a little bit of sweet revenge. Can the Warriors get their second win of the season against the Bucks, or will Islip come to Amityville on their home court and get revenge? Find out right now on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. And again, good morning, and thank you so much for spending it with us here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm Matt Grice, joined by Jairo Salazar. We are just a few minutes away from tip-off here between the Amityville Warriors and the Islip Buccaneers. Amityville comes into this game off a loss at Harbor Fields. That game was rescheduled from earlier in the season due to COVID. Amityville fell short 60-38, not a typical Warriors basketball score. And Amityville looking to build on where they are right now on the season. They are 3-5, 2-4 in league play, which is not typical of where they like to be, but they are a young team, and they are looking to grow. Islip, meanwhile, comes in, also coming off a loss to Rocky Point, 48-43, so they're looking to get back in the win column, but Islip 3-10 on the year, 2-7 in the league. So these are two teams that are trying to crawl out of the basement and find their footing this season. Should be a fun game today, right, Jairo?
Yeah, it will definitely be a fun game. We'll see who makes the outcome. Will Amityville get their second win, or will the Buccaneers get the revenge?
So that first matchup between these two teams, it was a pretty ugly start for Islip as Amityville opened up a 17-4 advantage after the first quarter, then doubled up Islip in the second quarter 14-7. But then Islip tied them up in the third and actually won the fourth quarter, cutting into that lead. So something Gordon Thomas, head coach of Amityville, talked about before the game. What happened last time doesn't matter. It's in the past. Don't underestimate this team. Again, the Warriors won this game really because what they did in the first half of that game, but Islip finished the better team.
Yeah, they finished better because they started to talk more, started to communicate more. Well, Amityville just, as they did what Amityville does best. They able to counter on Islip and get the points back.
So we're a few minutes away from tip here. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with the Islip Buccaneers.
So we have DeAndrew Walgreen, number 1. We have number 3, Vinny Roslin. Number 10, Lars Hillenblick. Number 11, Caden Lewis. Number 12, Julian Bryan. And that's for Islip Buccaneers. And for the Amityville Warriors, we have 0, Eli Candies.
Yeah.
Number 10, Sherwin Johnson. Number 23, Ulrich Ferrer. Number 24, Christian Smiley. And number 30, Joshua Fig Stalling.
Amityville is coached by Coach Gordon Thomas, assistant coach George Johnson, and the Islip Buccaneers head coach Jamie Lynch. And now we will get the national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a beautiful rendition of the national anthem by Amityville's own Gerald Asbell, also the PA announcer for today's contest. And limited spectators here allowed because of COVID, but I'm sure the crowd will be behind the Warriors, and this team's going to love having them here, as last year, no fans allowed due to COVID. So any boost that they can get from their fans, probably appreciated more so than ever before once you miss that. We are just about set for tip-off here, and again, I think this is an important game for Amityville as they try to find their footing. They try to finish their season off strongly. It's probably a long shot at this point that they make the playoffs, but Coach Thomas talked about how this is a young team that's rebuilding.
Yeah, he also said to give it 1 or 2 years and they will start really competing. But for the history of Amityville, they always even if it's a young team, they always compete. They always wanted to be better than any team in their league. And right now they started poorly, in my opinion.
So both teams have their final words with their respective coaches. They have gone to the center circle, and we are ready for the opening tip. As for the Warriors, they are set, ready to go. Jermaine Jackson takes the opening tip, and it's won by Islip. So Islip will start things off. It'll be DeAndrew Valjean, the senior point guard. He has it top of the circle, puts up a quick three-pointer off the back of the rim, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Ulrich Farrier. Senior hands it off to Sherwin Johnson, the 10th grader. He has it in between the circles. No score here as we get started from the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium and the campus of Amityville Memorial High School, as Joshua Figgs Stallings, brother of Caleb Figgs Stallings, drains it to put the Warriors on the board first. 2-0, 7:20 to go in the first.
Right off start with a good three-pointer, with getting the 2 already. That could get them really good during the game. And now we have number 11.
Lewis has it, loses the handle. Bounce pass, down low. Heimlich gets his own rebound off the miss. And Amityville able to pull down the board. It's Farrier. He hands it off to Sherwin Johnson. Johnson taking over the point guard duties as DJ Sinclair, the senior, unfortunately tore his ACL, providing leadership from the bench. Underneath, up with the shot is Elijah Kennedy along the baseline. That won't go. Islip pulls down the rebound. Warriors still with the early 2-0 lead. Buccaneers looking to get on the board here. Valjean has it. Right wing. Pass in the far corner to Roselli. Roselli hands it off to Lewis. And now down low to Heimlich. Heimlich with the left hand lays it up and in. And we are all knotted up at 2, 6:27 to go in the first.
Islip has pulled a really good counter, but close. Ulrich was so close from the pass Sherwin handed to him around to the paint.
Fast break, and that play didn't work out. So Islip will slow things down as they inbound under their own basket. No pressure, 2-2 early on here from the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium. It's Valjean who has it. Left wing, cross court, Roselli, right wing. Thinking about a 3 was Lewis. Down into the paint, Heimlich, and Heimlich gets the finger roll and hits. Islip takes their first lead of the game. Heimlich with all 4 points. It's 4-2. Bucks out in front. Full court press now for the Bucks as Fig Stallings gets it across the timeline, but we get a whistle and a turnover, and the Bucks will get it back with a 4-2 lead.
The Bucks have been playing really offensively and pretty good defensively so far in the first quarter. Well, Amityville just now trying to see if they can counter and defend really well from there.
Valjean has it left wing, playing catch with Roselli right wing. Back and forth they go. Warriors playing zone defense. Now it's sent over to Heimlich, who has it near sideline. Tries to get it back to Valjean. The pass is tipped by Jackson, but here's a 15-footer by Lewis. That won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, and the officials give it back to White.
So far, Amityville has been playing really good. They just have to be more quicker on the ball and talk more.
Warriors having to break the full court press. Fancy behind the back dribble by Johnson. Johnson finds Elijah Kennedy, who gets it into the paint to Jackson. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy dribbles once, sends it bottom of the circle to Johnson. Johnson back to Kennedy. Another in between the leg dribble. 17 seconds on the shot clock as Johnson will slow things down. Guarded by Roselli. In between the circles, left wing, now it's Jackson. Jackson, cross court, Kennedy, back to the top of the key. 3-pointer for Johnson. Too strong, doesn't go, and we get a whistle. And they're going to call a foul underneath the basket on the Warriors. And Islip gets the ball back with a 4-2 lead. Just under 5 to play here in the first.
Islip has been playing really defensively, starting off the game in first quarter. Now Amityville has to see if they can counter on that, as they're playing well and more offensively as well.
Heimlich with a jumper from the free throw line. He hits, so Islip goes up 6-2. Full court press still in play. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Heimlich with all 6 points as Kennedy tries to take it himself from the left side. Pass is tipped. Warriors are able to keep it. Johnson, top of the key, gets around a screen, sends it right side to Kennedy, back to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Roselli. Baseline, a 3-pointer, too strong by Kennedy. Loose rebound in the far corner. Grabbed by Amityville. It's Johnson from the left side, up and in. So the Warriors break the 6-0 run. Johnson gets the 2, and Warriors now trail 6-4 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
With number 3, Jermaine Jackson being able to push it back.
Pass tip and stolen away by Amityville. It's a 3-on-0, and slamming it home is Jermaine Jackson with authority, and we are all knotted up at 6 with 3:50 to go.
This game is turning out to be a real festival for us, catching all this.
I agree. Good pace so far to this is Vinny Roselli, the senior, sends it to the near baseline. Bounce pass. Now it's Valjean, puts up a left wing 3. That doesn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Jackson. Here come the Warriors. Kennedy has it right wing, back to Johnson, bottom of the circle. Islip playing a zone, giving Johnson a little bit of space. Johnson has already shown he doesn't mind taking that 3. Sends it over to Farrier. Now it's far side, Jackson. That shot too strong, doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Fig Stallings. Goes up with the shot from within the paint, can't get the finger roll. and Valjean able to pull down the defensive board for Islip. All knotted up at 6, just under 3 to play here in the first quarter. Pass forced by Rosali goes off the foot of Elijah Kennedy as we get a couple of substitutes. Coming into the ball game is
42.
Meets Oz Timerlik, as well as
Number 12.
Julian Burns. So taking over at the point guard duties for the moment is Rosali. He sends it left wing, three-pointer right off the bat. Doesn't go in for Ostermerlink. And we are still knotted up at 6, 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Johnson with the ball, passes far wing in front of the Buccaneers bench. Vic Stallings, now it's top of the key, thinking about the 3 was Farrier. Instead, he hands it off to Jackson. Jackson has it, right wing three-pointer. It's short off the front rim, and the rebound pulled down by Julian Burns. 6-6, 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Top of the key is Rosali. Sends it left wing around to Swindles, now down low in the paint to Burns. Burns kicks it back out to Ostermerlink in the paint. Good ball movement, and Heimlich gets a free look at a three-pointer, and he drills it. 9-6, Islip on top, and all the points today belong to number 10, and that is Lars Heimlich, the junior for this Buccaneers team. Warriors slow things down. Johnson with the ball, dribbles from right to left, forcing a pass down low in the paint. Loose ball can't be handled by Farrier. Heimlich gets control of it, and Islip brings the ball back up the court.
Heimlich has been the main man in the court, going up, being more offensive, more attacking, and every time the team needs help, he's there defending for them. And for his junior year, that's pretty impressive.
80 seconds to go in the first. Warriors trail by 3. Long three-pointer off the top of the backboard, no good by Vinny Rusali. It goes out of bounds, but they're going to say it tipped off of a Warrior player as they were trying to chase it down. So the Bucks will retain possession as they get set to inbound right in front of press row, far side of the court. Rusali has it. Islip with a 9-6 lead, 1:10 to go in the first. Ostermerlink back to Rusali, to Ostermerlink, top of the key. Warriors continue to play zone, giving a little bit of room. Heimlich has not been slowed down yet today as the lights dim here. Three-pointer air ball doesn't go by Rusali from the far baseline, and the rebound chased down by Islip. We get a whistle and a turnover as they are going to say Islip stepped out of bounds. So the Warriors will get the ball back, trailing 9-6, 51 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Sherwin-Brick sending it back to, looks to be number 02.
So here come the Warriors. Great job breaking the press. Pass full court to Farrier from Elijah Kennedy. Give him the assist. Farrier gets the 2. And it is now 9-8, 32 seconds left in the opening quarter here in Amityville between the Warriors and the Bucks. Islip has it, sending the ball around the world. Three-pointer by Ostermerling. Too strong off the far rim. Rebound pulled down by Farrier. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds to go. Warriors have it. Kennedy will slow things down. Now it's Johnson, bottom of the circle. Hands it off to Jackson.
5 seconds
Now
left.
it's Kennedy. 5 seconds on the clock. Kennedy losing the handle. Loose ball on the floor. Kennedy's going to have to be quick. Puts up a shot at the buzzer, but the refs are going to say it was after the buzzer. It didn't matter. Shot didn't go. And as we come to the end of the first quarter of play here in Amityville, we are all tied up at 9 between the Warriors and the Bucks. Second quarter action coming up right after this on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you are worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
This is Sherwin, point guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching the Warrior basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium. Matt Grice, Jairo Salazar bringing you Warriors basketball as they take on the Islip Buccaneers. We get set to start the second quarter of action. I have to apologize, it's 9-8, the Bucks out in front by a point. Scoreboard had it wrong for a moment there. We told you it was 9-9. Last basket was on a fast break by Ulrich Ferrier. Warriors able to break the press right off the bat. It's Jackson from the paint. His shot doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Valjean. Valjean started the game for Islip, just took a breather. He takes over the point guard duties again. Throws a pass in the corner by Ostermerling. Back out to Valjean, left wing. Guarded by Johnson. Valjean picks up his dribble, puts up a three-pointer off the fake. Doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Burns, though. Burns, surrounded by white jerseys, kicks it back out to Valjean. Valjean will start things up again. Swindle's now in the game for the Bucks. Back to Valjean, in the paint, makes a move, doesn't go, kicks it back out to Heimlich, who will start things up again. Heimlich, the best player in the first quarter for both teams by far, as he drives in the paint, off the glass, and good. Heimlich with another pair, and it's 11-8, Bucks in front, a minute gone by here in the second quarter.
Heimlich has just been dominating the first, and now looks like to be the second one. Can the Amityville Warriors counter on that? Can they find someone to block Heimlich's attacks? And
three-pointer by Johnson, too strong, and the rebound pulled down by Heimlich. No answers for Heimlich today as he brings the ball up the court himself. He's feeling it right now, but shares the ball with Valjean. Valjean takes 2 steps in, kicks it out for a three-pointer that doesn't go by Ostermerling. And now the Warriors break out fast. It's Kennedy, right wing. Down low, losing the handle as Ferrier had a wide open look, able to get it back and gets it back out to Kennedy, who sends it to Johnson around the world to the other side of Jackson, far sideline. Cross-court pass to Kennedy, who's trying to fix his shoe, able to recover 15 on the shot clock. Low left block, it's Fig Stallings, forces up a shot and hits it, but they're going to say
a free.
Well, yeah, it looked okay. They are calling a foul. It looked like they were going to say it was an offensive foul because the official initially pointed in the other direction, but it is a basket and one. Good job by Fig Stalling, aggressive underneath, and he's going to get a shot for an extra point.
Now on the charity line, can we see Joshua Fig Stalling get the point for Amityville?
It's important to hit your free throws, and the better teams tend to do that. They tend to get to the line and make the free throws. And here's the free chance, and Fig Stallings gets the job done. So we are all knotted up at 11. A good contest, good pace to this game so far. 6:15 to go until halftime. Now the Warriors, for the first time today, putting on the full court press. Valjean able to break it, trying to take it himself. Double teamed, sends it down low, up off the glass with the left hand, and good. Robert Briel, his first action and his first points of the game, and Islip back on top, 13-11, just under 6 to play in the half. Stolen away, breaking trying to break the press was Amityville. Valjean and Rosali doing a great job putting pressure on the Warriors in the backcourt, but we get a whistle, and they are going to say that the Warriors committed a foul while Valjean was in the act of shooting. So Valjean takes a slow stroll to the charity stripe. His team already up by 2, and he'll shoot a pair.
The pressure's on because if he makes it, now they lead more, and now that makes the Amityville have to respond to that.
First free throw off the back of the rim, no good.
Now here's the second one. Will he flunder his line, or will he concede?
Valjean set for the second free throw. Off the same spot on the back of the rim, doesn't fall, so missed opportunity for Islip on the turnover, drawing the foul. And Savell Williams, another sophomore, young team. We've talked about this. This is a theme all season. He takes over at the 1 guard, fakes the pass to the right, keeps it himself. Now he hands it over to Kennedy, who gives it right back to Williams. Dribbles once, sends it out to Jackson, puts up a three-pointer. Air ball, Fig Stallings, aggressive underneath, pulls down the offensive board, and lays it up at him. We're all tied up at 13, 5:22 to go in the half.
Where Jackson tried to get the 3 on the left wing, but failed almost filled, but then Joshua got the rebound on it and got the
Here comes a steal. It's Williams taking it away from Breel, and he's able to lay it up and in, and the Warriors take their first lead since early on in this game. They are up 15-13, 5 to go in the second quarter.
Talking about crucial moment, here we have Islip Buccaneers making the counter.
So Heimlich back out to Valjean. Valjean for 3. Doesn't go, off the far side of the rim. Fix Stallings the baseball path down the court. Finds Jackson, goes up with the layup. Kind of an awkward shot. It won't go. I think he didn't realize where he was on the court. And Islip pounces on the rebound. Valjean in trouble now. Double team, picks up his dribble, sends it out to the right wing. Now it's Heimlich, puts up a shot from the upper left block. That doesn't go. Ball is tipped back into the backcourt, picked up by Rosali behind the back dribble. Good pressure by Williams on defense. In the corner, hands it off to Heimlich. Thinks about the shot, now drives. Over 2 Warriors, it's tipped away. Sends it into the corner, Ostermerling thinks about a 3. And now it's Valjeans who will slow things down.
They're looking for Heimlich to see if he can get the points.
He's been the hot hand here. Warriors have not had an answer. Good ball movement for Islip, as here's a 3-pointer, and it's drilled by Meet Ostermerling. And just like that, Islip back on top, 16-15, just under 4 to play in the half. So we get a timeout on the floor.
And they're sending the best player off, Heimlich.
So looks like Heimlich's going to get a quick breather. You know, this Islip team is trying to have a breakout here, but they're coming off a loss. 2-7 in the league, 3-10 overall. And they have lost 3 in a row. Their last win coming against Connecticut. But in the loss, Heimlich scored 15 points, leading scorer tied with Valjean in that loss to Rocky Point, and Heimlich has been their best player today so far. Valjean has the ball. He's looking to get started, but Ostermerling puts up another 3-pointer from the corner. That doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Kennedy. Fast break, dangerous pass. Savell Williams able to get the handle, double teamed in the corner.
And call for stalling.
And no, they're going to call a timeout.
Oh, timeout.
For the Warriors, and that was a really smart timeout by Williams, because had he not called it, they would have gotten him for a 5-second violation. It's 16-15, Islip on top with 3:21 to go here in the second quarter. This has been a fun game so far today.
Heimlich is taking control of the Amityville Warriors, but Amityville Warriors seem to be able to get the points, and then Heimlich is trying to outstand them in their gap.
Heimlich with 11 points so far early on. Warriors doing a good job of spreading the ball around, but I think their best player offensively has been Joshua Fix Stallings, brother of Caleb Fix Stallings, who graduated last year. And Josh Fix Stallings giving a much-needed bigger presence down low in the paint. I know you had talked to Coach Thomas in the pregame about Miles Goddard, who's actually playing football now in college. He's put on a lot of muscle. He's doing very well. But last year, he's one of the best players in New York State as a basketball player. Unquestioned leader of this team, and really the type of player, even though he's a forward, could do it all. Dribble, he could be a presence underneath, get the rebound, and Amityville surely lacking that, but Fig Stallings doing a good job today bringing that back. As here's a 3-pointer off the inbound by Williams. That doesn't go. Fig Stallings with a 3-pointer from the other side, and Joshua Fig Stallings drains the tray. 18-16, Warriors out in front. They're putting on a press. 3 minutes to go until the half. Islip having a hard time breaking it. Now they do. It's Barnes in the paint. Seeger drives to the lane, gets the bounce off the rim, and Seeger able to get the 2 points.
This game is, for the second quarter, this game is high intense. Everybody's going back and forth, getting points and points. And Nicholas Brown with the ball down the left wing.
We got a steal. Islip bringing the ball back, far sideline, taking himself as Rosali. His ball won't go. Trying to tip it in was Seeger, and Amityville gets it back. Pass full court all the way down, up with the layup, and in is Jackson as he's able to put on the brakes before going out of bounds. And the Warriors back up on top, 20-18, 2:19 to go, but a fast break down the other way, and we get a layup from the right side. This time it's Seeger again. Seeger with the last couple of points for the Bucks. Warriors have it. Nicholas Brown in the game. Doesn't waste too much time as he throws up a 3, and it doesn't go, but he draws the foul. So Nicholas Brown will get the opportunity to go to the free throw line for 3 free throws. We are all tied up at 20, 2:05 to go in the half. This has been a great paced game so far, and the last few minutes, it's really picked up.
Yeah, high intensity all over. We have players like Heimlich going on the bench and giving other half of his teammates a chance to get the points, and then you have Amityville Warriors always combating that. Now with Heimlich down, they having a more chance to be more offensive, and we have Nicholas with the first attempt on the free throw. But gets that point. Can he get another point again for the second one?
So Brown on the board. Basketball is really a game of runs, and neither team has been able to put one together yet today, as the second free throw does not go. But remember, he was fouled on the three-pointers. We get a couple of subs. Vic Stallings gets his first breather, as does Kennedy entering the game. Is A.K. Orishajimi and also Justin Thornton. So they both see their first action of the day. The third free throw does fall for Brown. So the Warriors on top, 22-20. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Warriors pressing. Caden Lewis, who started this game back in, trying to get the ball up the court. Aggressive defense by Amityville, and we get a timeout.
I think the Islip coach is trying to have a timeout so he can sub back Heimlich in, and then have what Heimlich been doing this whole game, can keep maintaining Amityville at a certain point while Heimlich is trying to open the gap more.
Started talking before about how basketball is a game of runs, and we have not seen one today. The best run belonged to Amityville, which was a 7-0 run led by Vic Stallings. But really, it's been back and forth, so I agree with you. Bucks coach Jamie Lynch definitely wants to get his best players back on the court as soon as he can, try to finish this first half up strong. But Heimlich remains on the bench for now, so we'll have to see when he enters. Islip will have the ball, 1:55 to go until halftime. Amityville with a 2-point lead. Right in front of us here on press row, Caden Lewis will inbound the ball. He gets it into the backcourt to Roselli. Roselli guarded by Thornton, fresh into the game. Thornton was here last year. Thornton, a junior, trying to establish his presence as a one guard for this Warrior team. Valjean drives left side, decides to pull back out. Top of the key, it's Roselli. Roselli fakes right, dribbles left, puts up a three-pointer. Wild shot doesn't go, but the rebound falls right into the hands of Barnes. He puts up a shot as the shot clock expired. Another air ball, and that will be a turnover on Islip. So the Warriors get the ball back with 88 seconds to go in the half and a 22-20 lead.
Amityville Warriors have been impressively being more defensive from the first quarter. Have you seen them where they have been allowing points from Heimlich to roll in? Now Amityville Warriors being more defensive and starting to be more attackive now in their field.
Williams sends it around to Brown. Brown near baseline. His pass tipped, stolen away by Islip. Barnes on the steal. Here comes Islip. It's Roselli trying to drive in the lane himself. It's tipped. The shot is blocked. It goes out of bounds. But a good play by Amityville. Islip will keep possession, though. 1:04 to go. Warriors clinging to a 2-point lead.
And we have number 10, Heimlich, and number 4, Justin Paula.
Paul Lewis gets his first action of the day. Heimlich here for the final push, gets the ball right away, puts up the 5-footer. That won't go on the fadeaway. Loose ball on the floor. AK for the Warriors. Good effort. And he gets an applause from his teammates on the bench, but they are going to award possession back to Islip. Inbounding under the basket will be Lewis. Lewis looking for help, finds Valjean, puts up the three-pointer right off the inbound. Rebound loose in the paint, can't be handled by Thornton. Islip gets it back. Paul Lewis tries to draw the foul, and he does. So right off the bench, Justin Paul Lewis will go to the free throw line for a pair. And he's looking to tie the game up. 52.3 seconds to go until the half. A really good contest back and forth. And we talked about this in the pregame as the first free throw rims out. No good. How Amityville, strong start last time they played. That's what helped them defeat the Bucks. But that second half of the game, the Bucks were probably the better team. And so far they've shown today that they can match the Warriors point for point. Second free throw doesn't go. We get another foul under the basket. And actually now they call it a lane violation. I stand corrected. But the Warriors get awarded with the ball. And Paul Lewis 0 for 2 on his free attempts.
Can Amityville Warriors gap? Do you think Amityville Warriors can be able to open their gap with Heimek in their court now?
Well, they need an answer, and I wonder who they put on him. I wonder if AK was brought in this game as a bigger body to try to guard him. But Warriors have to keep the offense going first. There's 43 seconds to go, and a turnover by Amityville, and the Bucks have it. Still trailing the Warriors by 2, 35 seconds to go in the half, 28 on the shot clock. Driving in the lane, taking it himself with the finger roll was Val Jean, and we know he's a good player, and that's the first time today we've seen him show off his skills. All tied up at 22, shot clock turned off. Warriors will probably look to hold for the last shot. Right wing, it's Brown. Dribbles from right to left, tries to get a pass cross court to Williams, but it's wide, goes into the Buccaneers bench. It's a turnover for Amityville and gives Islip a chance to get the last shot of the half. All tied up at 22. Warriors have everybody in the backcourt putting full court pressure on. 10 seconds left. Val Jean has it, guarded by Williams. A lot of pressure, gets around the screen. AK on Val Jean, 4 seconds left. Val Jean looking for a three, swatted away by AK. Can Amityville chuck it in at the buzzer? And that was close, but what a great play by AK on defense. We were just talking about him coming in to try to do just that, and the Warriors able to prevent Islip from getting the lead at the half. And as we reach halftime here, what a great game. All tied up at 22, very even, very clean game back and forth, and there's a lot more basketball to come. This one is, this is not going to be an easy one to win, and we'll see who wants it more.
Yeah, because AK has been playing more of a, as you said, a big body. He's been able to block, able to be more defensive, and sometimes the offensive comes, but not as much. But you're truly right. There's more action to come throughout the other two, and we'll see where it takes us.
Well, we have reached the halftime show here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. 22-22, the Amityville Warriors, the Islip Buccaneers, all knotted up. A lot more action to come. It's going to be a lot of fun, very exciting, and we'll break it all down for you on the halftime show coming up next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you are worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
Yes, hello, this is Coach Gordon Thomas from the Amityville Warriors basketball team, and you're listening to Warrior Basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball Halftime Show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
My name is Jairo Salazar, and I'm here joined by Aiden, and you are here for our halftime show, where the Amityville and the Islip Buccaneers are tied to 22 points, and it's been a thrilling game if you have been joining us throughout this broadcast. We have Heimlich, who's been going on a massive run, Aiden, getting a total of two in the first, like, a lot of points, to be honest. I can't even count anymore. And where we have number 30 for Amityville, Joshua Figgs, who's been maintaining the point system against Figgs Stallings, who has been maintaining half of the point this game.
He is doing amazing. He might be getting fouled a lot, but still, every time he gets fouled, he 95% of the time makes that shot. He's been doing great offensively. I don't even have the words to explain how good he's doing defensively. He's doing amazing this game.
Yeah, Fig Stalling has been brother of Caleb Stallings. If you've been hearing our broadcast, he's trying to bring the presence that he is somewhat of a, he's a leader of the team. He's trying his best to maintain that status that his brother has left him.
He's definitely doing it. He's definitely working to be a leader, and he's definitely showing his leadership today with how good he's doing with defense, offense. He's doing amazing.
And then we see in the first quarter we see Fig Stalling having at least 2 points in the first, then countered by Heimlich with another 2, but continuous 2. I think Heimlich have been performing so far.
I think he's performing amazing. He's doing great offensively. I think he's got to work on defense a little bit more because his defense is a little lacking, but his offense is amazing, which is definitely making up for his defense.
And if you see Heimlich as a person, he's physically built. He has muscle on him. He can move pretty well, and he's showing that even though he's a junior, he can play with some of the best players on different teams.
Oh, 100%. He is doing great against Islip. He's doing great for Amityville. For Amityville, he's showing off against juniors and seniors. He's doing amazing.
Yeah, let's head into the second quarter where we've seen Joshua Fig Stalling had a bit of a run where he got 2 points, then part of a charity throw, another 2 points, and then we had Williams who got the 2, which led him to a run of 7-0.
That was very interesting. When I saw it, I was amazed at what they were doing with a 7-0 run. As I was saying before about Joshua, he's made most of his 95% of his free throws. He's doing. I don't even have the words. He's doing great.
Amazing that the Amityville Warriors, even though the season is not what the season that they intended due to pandemic, they are really outperforming themselves and some people who think that they can't play. Some youngsters like Savion Williams and Shervin Johnson, part of the key chemistry in the beginning quarter for the Amityville Warriors. They have been playing like amazing. They have been playing non-stop, trying to be that leader for the team. Then we have players like Nicholas Brown coming in, Justin Thornton, who has been playing non-stop, trying to have their spot on the team. But it's always so hard when you have so much competition in a young group that the coach can't decide and has to base his team on performance-wise.
Right now, everyone's fighting for that spot as a leader. They are playing as a team. One thing I want to say is that their communication is amazing. They're doing very well with their communication. They're 50-50ing the ball. They're hustling. They're doing everything we said were the keys to win. They're doing it. So they definitely are doing great this game. They definitely can win this.
And I think the end goal that they want is of course they want to be Islip, but their main goal I think at the end of the season is to constantly improve into the next season where they can hopefully get into playoffs, hopefully win a Suffolk, a Long Island, and get into the States.
That's definitely their goal right now. The way that they're playing, they definitely have the chance. They just have to keep playing the way they do, and they're doing amazing.
Aiden, I gotta ask you one thing really important. What do you think is your key points for for Amityville to win against the Buccaneers?
The key points are to hustle, continue hustling, 50-50ing that ball like they've been doing. Communication's a big thing right now for them. They are doing amazing with that. And I keep hearing their coach screaming box. Do you know what box means?
No.
I gotta figure that out.
Oh, yes, then yes I do. Yes, I do know what I mean.
Okay. Those are the key points of the game. They definitely win this.
All right, thank you, Aiden, for giving me your key points, and we'll be on. And we will see you guys at the end of the game. I'm Jairo Salazar, joined by Aiden, and you are here on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica. Llame al médico antes de ir. Apártese de las demás personas que vivan con usted. Use una mascarilla para proteger a los demás. Cúbrase la nariz y la boca con un pañuelo desechable cuando tosa o estornude y lávese las manos inmediatamente. Evite compartir artículos con otras personas de su casa. Esto incluye toallas y sábanas, por ejemplo. Asegúrese de que los platos se laven en agua caliente o en la lavadora automática de platos antes de que alguien más los use. Preste atención a cómo se siente. Si empieza a tener dificultad para respirar o está preocupado por su salud, llame al médico. Para más información visite cdc.gov/coronavirus-es.
This is Justin Thornton, position small forward for the Amityville Warriors. You're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium on the Claude Beyer Court, this brand new gym here at Amityville Memorial High School. Matt Grice, Jairo Salazar, as we get set to bring you the third quarter of action here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. An exciting first half, all knotted up, 22 apiece. The biggest run that we saw in the first half was a 7-0 run for the Warriors, but basically back and forth the rest of the time as we are underway. First 10 seconds clicked off. Islip has the ball first. Top of the key, it's Lewis. Heimlich has it now. Far baseline, drives in the paint off the side of the backboard, gets his own rebound, doesn't go, and now Ulrich Farrier has the ball for the Warriors.
Right starting off the bat, Islip has been playing more offensive than we have seen them so far. Heimlich already about to get it, and Joshua.
Fig Stallings with the three. That doesn't go. Comes up short. Loose ball. Battle for it. It's picked up by Farrier. Farrier hands it over to number 3, Christian Smiley, who we have been misidentifying. We apologize as Jermaine Jackson, unfortunately, is out. But a little number switch. Smiley, as we get a whistle underneath. Smiley started the season wearing number 24, but they switched. So our apologies there. But Christian Smiley, last year as a freshman, was a really welcomed addition to this Warriors team. Great beyond the arc. The Warriors would love to get the now sophomore going today as they could use the offense. Warriors inbound under the basket. It's Kennedy who has it, dribbles from the far baseline all the way around the world and to the near baseline. Here's a three by Johnson. That won't go. Johnson back in the game, handling the point guard duties for the Warriors as Savell Williams was doing a lot of that in the second quarter. All tied up at 22. No one has scored yet here in the second half with about a minute 15 seconds gone by. Valjean puts up a long two. Ugly shot doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Burns. That doesn't go, and Kennedy able to get it for the Warriors. Kennedy pushing the pace, triple teamed in the corner, loses the ball. We get a whistle, and they are going to call a foul. So the Warriors will keep possession as they call the foul on, looks like number 12 Julian Burns. So Johnson inbounds. Here's Christian Smiley, left wing, hands it off right back to Sherwin Johnson. 22 all, 6:26 to go in the third quarter. Pass to Fig Stallings, puts up a shot from the three-pointer, strong. Rebound in the paint, pulled down by Ulrich Farrier, who goes up and in with the rebound, and the Warriors back on top, 24-22, 6:13 to go in the third quarter.
The Amityville Warriors is just now starting to get the rhythm. They're starting to play more better than the first two that we've seen them, where Islip has been tying them, and then we have Heimlich.
Heimlich, shot doesn't go from the low right block. Warriors able to pull down the defensive board. It was Kennedy, and now Johnson slows things down. Heimlich exploded in the first quarter and has been pretty quiet since. Warriors putting a lot of pressure on him defensively as here's a turnover by Amityville. Lewis brings the ball up the court. Bounce pass, low block, Valjean. His shot goes up and in. Easy bucket for the Buccaneers, and we are knotted up at 24.
This game is really tight. No one has seemed to get a gap on both sides. Islip and Amityville has just been both defensively and offensively the same. No one has really been controlling it. No one has been like almost a leader like in the team where they can get the gap out.
It has been tight, and it's made it fun as Ulrich Ferry is called for a moving screen, a moving pick. You're not allowed to do that. Your feet must be planted. So turnover for Amityville. And Smiley will put some pressure on in the backcourt, but ball is handed off from Lewis over to Valjean. Valjean has it, throws it near corner. It's Burns. That pass stolen away. Here comes Johnson trying to take it himself. Now to Smiley, right hand from the left side. And Smiley on the board as the Warriors back up by 2, and we get a whistle as Coach Lynch of the Bucks wants to talk things over. 26-24, 5:09 to go in the third quarter.
Like with Johnson's pass that he did to number 3, Christian Smalling, has been really amazing because like you see that little partnership that they have, and now can Sherwin and Smalling have that little partnership and continue, because that can open their gap even more against Islip, where it could lead them to win in their league.
Second field goal of the day for Smiley. He has 4 points. Amityville, their schedule this year has been pretty wild. Lots of cancellations. Even when they've been on, they've been missing players because of COVID, and they're not the only ones. The entire league, the entire country has been dealing with much of the same thing. But Amityville's next game will actually be tomorrow at Nassau Coliseum against Knox, a private school that they played last season. Our next broadcast of a boys basketball game will be next Saturday, 10 a.m. as Amityville hosts Hills West. And our next broadcast on the air with you guys here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network will be on Monday as the Amityville girls basketball team is back in action. And that game is set for a 5 o'clock tip, 4:45 pregame show. Christian Smiley trying to make a good defensive play there, but Valjean able to get the handle on it. Left wing, guarded by Kennedy. Tries to force a pass. Good defense by Kennedy. He's able to tip the pass and steal it away, and then is tripped up. So Kennedy receiving praise from his teammates as the Warriors able to draw the foul off the turnover and keep possession. Warriors up by 2. And we get another timeout on the floor. I think this is a smart timeout by Coach Lynch because it's been so close the whole time. You don't want to allow momentum to shift, and this is a good way to try to stop it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys, because now this gives a moment for Amityville Warriors to decide how they're going to plan out their strategy, how can they counter Islip, and how can they counter against Heimlich, because Heimlich has been one of the key players of this whole match.
Heimlich's been very quiet, though, since the first quarter. He hasn't scored in a while. Heimlich, 11 points, but, really he had the 11 of the team's – actually, he had the team's first 11 points. He hasn't scored since. So they've done a good job of keeping him off the boards here. Some fun stories. So Suffolk County has a Sports Hall of Fame, and every year they induct people into it. And this year, a Karate Kid gets in. Cobra Kai star Ralph Macchio, or also star from the original Karate Kid, gets in. Wait a second, I thought he was an actor. Well, he is an actor, but actually he gets into the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame class really as a special inductee for his work in karate. Even though it's a special recognition, he is not a Long Island sports star, but he is from Long Island, and you'll see him at Islanders games here as he's a big fan. But I bring this up because Amityville's own Darrell Young, a former football player who actually got to play in the NFL with the Washington Redskins, is now working for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's getting into the Hall of Fame as we get a whistle and a turnover as Warriors stepped out of bounds. Islip gets the ball back. So congratulations to Darrell Young as he will be inducted into the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame class and gets to go in with a little celebrity power in Ralph Macchio. Another name worth mentioning, Linda Cohen. Since we're doing the broadcast here, we might as well give her some acknowledgement. She's from Long Island, and she's a very famous ESPN broadcaster. Heimlich trapped in the corner with 3 white jerseys all around them. Islip able to get the ball out, though. Other side, it's Valjean. Bounce pass, bottom of the circle. Roselli Back to the right side, Valjean. Shot doesn't go. Rebound pulled down aggressively by Burns. Islip gets another chance. Valjean with the long 2, foot was on the line. That doesn't go. Kennedy able to pull down the defensive board for the Warriors. 26-24, just under 4 to play here in the third quarter. Loose ball. Fig Stallings able to pick it up. Surrounded by purple jerseys. Kicks it out to Kennedy, who sends it back to the left side to Johnson, who drills the three-pointer. And the Warriors with their biggest lead of the game, 29-24, 3:35 to play in the third quarter. Here's Heimlich with a 10-footer. That doesn't go along the baseline. Another offensive board by Islip as they get it back to Heimlich. Gets swatted away by Fig Stallings, but they're going to call a foul. And Heimlich will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Joshua Fig Stallings has been really a key player for the Warriors. He's been where he's been acting like the big man, where he's been defensively and offensively helping his teammates with offensive play, like where we've seen with Johnson having the three-pointer. Now we see him defending well. But
so the first free throw is hit by Heimlich. So again, Heimlich's first point since the first quarter, where he had the first 11. That actually that breaks a 5-0 run for the Warriors. And it's now 29-25 as Heimlich looks to complete both ends of the free throws. Second free throw is up, and this one doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Christian Smiley as he gives it off to Sherwin Johnson, sophomore point guard, to Smiley, to Kennedy, far side. Dribbles once, puts up a 15-footer. That doesn't go. 2 purple jerseys converge on the rebound, knock it away from each other, and right in the hands of Fig Stallings. But Fig Stallings loses the handle out of bounds. And Islip gets the ball back. Warriors up 29-25. About 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Unlucky for Joshua Figgins, who wants to help his teammates as much as he can.
Thinking about the three-pointer was Lewis. Instead, kicks it out for a long 3 by Ostermerlink, who is fresh in off the bench. That doesn't go. Warriors pulled down the rebound. They'll slow the pace down. Right at the timeline, in between the legs, dribble by Johnson, finds Smiley. Fig Stallings now with a left wing 3, air ball. Loose ball in the paint, pulled down by Farrier. He gets it off to Kennedy. That layup won't go. The tip doesn't go by Farrier. And Farrier, Fig Stallings pulls down the rebound, and we get a whistle and a timeout by Amityville. So they will take a breath here and draw up a play. But even though the Warriors couldn't converge on the shot, great job on the glass.
Yeah, I mean, the Warriors has been obviously trying to open up a gap more instead of letting Islip just take all over them, you know, because when we see Joshua Figgins, we see players would usually just allow them to take it. We see Joshua Figgins just honestly defending themselves, defending the Buccaneers trying to get the ball. He will cover the ball with his body, cover it with his hands, and just try to have passes where he can reach his teammates where they can counter on that and then get a bucket.
Coach Thomas is clearly waiting to see who his next superstar is going to be. And, you know, you can look at any level of basketball. The NBA, certainly no different. The best teams are the teams that have that player or two that you know is an offensive superstar, that when you need a basket, you can go to them. And I think Amityville has a nice balance of shooters right now, but they don't have an all-star. So this is one of the reasons I think they're having a hard time pulling away in this game. But I give them a lot of credit. I give both teams credit, actually, because it's been a clean game, not a lot of turnovers, and it's really just been back and forth. And it's just a matter of who's going to hit the big shots, who's going to get the hot hand. Islip had it early on with Heimlich. We keep going back to him. But who's going to step up for Amityville? Fig Stallings had a nice run earlier in the game. But right now, this game is still here for the taking, as it's 29-25 with 2:32 to go. And Fig Stallings now goes to the free throw line. And this will be an earned free throw, as he was very aggressive under the basket, trying to make sure to give his team another chance on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Fig Stallings has been playing really good. Like, he's, I would say, one of the key men to this team. And unlucky for the free throw, for the first free throw for Fig Stallings, but I think he can convert the next one. I think he can convert this one.
He's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe today. He did have a 3-point play earlier in the game, as the second free throw is up, and this one is sunk. So that gets the Warriors to the 30-point mark. It's 30-25, 2:25 to go in the third quarter. And Islip has it, looking for a wide open look, three-pointer Lewis, air ball, loose ball in the paint, scramble, and the Warriors have it. Farrier gets it. Smiley, fast break, easy 2 points from the right side. And the Warriors now up 32-25 as we hit the 2-minute mark of the third quarter.
The Warriors have been playing so better the third quarter, and then the first two where they couldn't break Islip's tail. Now they're breaking it piece by piece and getting more open to their gap than they expected. Now I think Amityville can continue this run where Joshua Fix-Stallings can help their teammate improve even more.
Austin Merlin gets the open three-point look, but the officials blow it dead as a travel was called on Julian Burns getting the ball over to him. So Amityville has it, and this is the chance, right? It's now 32-25. Warriors have their biggest lead of the game as we're under 2 to play here in the third quarter. Let's see what Amityville does as a pass by Johnson is forced to Fix-Stallings, tipped away, and Islip able to get possession. Here comes their point guard, Valjean. He's been trying to get his game going. There's a shot and hit from the far baseline, a three-pointer, and that'll get some momentum back as Islip now puts the pressure on. 32-28, Warriors out in front by 4. Pass is tipped out of bounds. Good hustle by Vinny Vasali, but the ball will remain in the hands of the Amityville Warriors. Elijah Kennedy gets set to inbound right in front of us. Sherwin Johnson with the ball, picks up his dribble, finds Smiley. Here's a three by Smiley, just misses, a little short, but another offensive board by Fix-Stallings. A three by Johnson, that doesn't go. A battle in the paint, and we're going to get a jump ball as Valjean and Farrier battling for that, and possession will remain with the Warriors. 32-28, Amityville out in front. 1:12 to go here in the third. Kennedy has it. Left baseline, dribbles from left to right, picks up his dribble, finds Farrier in the corner, back to Kennedy, left wing. Kennedy guarded by Valjeans, makes a move in the paint, kicks it out to Smiley. Smiley baseline three-pointer, short off the front rim, rebound pulled down by Rosali.
The Islip Buccaneers has been able to see how Amityville Warriors is countering and attacking. Now they're trying to see if they can counter on that and now be more offensive now.
Stolen away by Smiley. Kennedy finds Ulrich down low and puts up the shot from the left side. And Ulrich Farrier gets a pair. 34-28, 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. And a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Heimlich puts up the three and drills it. So he wakes up with a three-pointer, his 4th point of the second half, 15th overall, and we get a whistle as Islip has cut into this lead. It's 34-31, Amityville on top, 15.4 seconds to go in the third quarter, but a turnover, and Islip will have a chance to tie as the shot clock is turned off, and they will be holding for the final shot.
Islip has really been just competing with the Amityville Warriors tail by tail. They have not let up any leads. Even when Islip, I thought they would catch up. They caught up.
Valjean has it, 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Looking to set up a play. Heimlich has it, 4 seconds left. Valjean puts up a three-pointer, doesn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Smiley as the buzzer sounds. 3 quarters in the books here at Amityville Memorial High School. It's been a great game. Islip back-to-back three-pointers to cut into this lead. Don't go anywhere. 8 minutes on the clock. That will decide who wins this one. Right now, Warriors out in front, 34-31 on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up. Never give the caller your personal information, like your Social Security number or bank account, or send money in any form, cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General, at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
This is Elijah. I am a shooting guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
24 minutes in the books here as we have one more quarter of play. A great game between the Warriors and the Bucks. 34-31 Amityville with a 3-point lead. Islip starts with the ball, a chance to tie this game up. And it is Valjean who sends it over left wing to Rizali. Back to Valjean. Now in the paint driving is Barnes, but it's stolen away. Smiley has it. And he will put up a shot. Floater from the right upper blocks. Doesn't go. Loose ball in the paint, pulled down by Ostmerlink.
Honestly, this game has really been book to book, fight and fight. Like, no, you can't really tell who's gonna win. Yeah, the scoreboard may say 34 and 31, but you don't see what we see happening live.
It's been a lot of fun, and I keep going back to the fact that these two teams are playing hard. Both are playing clean games, and we'll have to see who can pull it out at the end here as the inbound pass goes to Rizali. Thinks about a three-pointer instead, picks up his dribble, gets it to Heimlich. Over to the far side of the court now, it's Valjean. Islip has hit back-to-back three-pointers as Heimlich puts up the 15-footer and drills it. Heimlich gets his team within one. It's 34-33, Warriors out in front. 7 minutes remaining in the game. Pass over to Farrier, goes up with the shot, no good, but draws the foul. So Ulrich Farrier, the senior, will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Amityville Warriors just trying to get the win, not letting Islip get any sweet victory on the last time they went to Islip.
8-0 run right now for Islip as they've cut this lead down to a point. Farrier a chance to break that, but cannot convert on the first free throw as it's short off the front of the rim.
The pressure's on. The pressure's literally on for him right now. Can he help Amityville lead, or will he just, or can he not?
Farrier with 2 points today. He had 2 points in the last contest, a loss to Harbor Fields, and he gets his third right there as he's able to end the 8-0 run. It's 35-33. Underneath, it's Islip, and with the pump fake, Trevor Barnes goes up and finds 3 white jerseys landing on top of him. So the officials call a foul, and Islip will keep the ball underneath their own basket.
I think this is a decision where it's like the end of the game. They don't know what they can do when Islip is more now offensive and Amityville has to be more defensive. When they try to be defensive, Islip is just drawing in the fouls that they commit.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Jairo, is that if you look at this game, it's kind of been bookended right now. It starts off with Lars Heimlich stealing the show for Islip, making things difficult for Amityville. But Amityville hung in there, spreading the ball around, getting different people involved. Joshua Fig-Stallings had a really big first quarter.
Man of my match.
And then Heimlich disappears. Warriors realize they need to pay attention to him. They smother him on defense, make it difficult for him to get the ball. And he goes quiet, at least until recently. And now Heimlich has 6 points in the last couple of minutes of play here. And what was as large as an 8-point lead for the Warriors has been cut down to 2. And Islip has the ball coming out of this timeout here. So this could go in either direction. But I think if I was Coach Thomas right now, I'd probably be telling my players, listen, keep your eye on Heimlich, play tight defense, don't give up any easy points down low, don't commit any silly fouls. And then offensively, as we talked about before, they have to find that one player. Who's going to be the guy that's going to carry them across the finish line? Is it going to be Smiley from downtown? Will Fig-Stallings get hot again in the paint? Somebody's going to have to step up for some consistency offensively for the Warriors. But this one is far from over as both teams fighting hard. Both teams back out on the court. Islip will inbound underneath their own basket to the right side of their own basket.
Amityville has just been looking consistent. Even if they have the losses, you can see that they're working hard with the young group that they have, and no matter the outcome, they're going to try their best next game.
Heimlich has it, picks up his dribble, looking for help. Warriors in the zone defense, gets it over to Rosali. Rosali dribbles left side. Here's a three-pointer from the corner off the side of the backboard. Won't go from Ostermerling. Warriors pushing the pace. Kennedy trying to take it himself. Up and in. Count it, and the foul. A chance for a three-point play for Elijah Kennedy. And the Warriors go up 37-33 with a chance for the bonus.
This is a huge play for Amityville Warriors caused by Vinny Roslin, who ultimately be the problem that gave Amityville the win.
Free throw, however, doesn't go. Kennedy cannot convert. On the other side of your Islip, and you're going to make that foul, you have to make sure that the player you're fouling does not score the basket, but missed opportunity for Kennedy there. Warriors still on top, 37-33, 6:20 to go in the contest. In the corner, it's Rosali, sent back to the other side, left wing, Valjean. Valjean finds Ostermerling, puts up a three-pointer, rolls around and out, and the rebound pulled down by Johnson, but he falls to the ground, loses the handle, battle for the loose ball, and turns into your sport, Jairo. We had a little soccer kick over there as that ball goes flying out of bounds, and Purple will retain possession. What'd you think of that? That was a pretty good kick.
Yeah, it was. Really impressive. You know, maybe try out for the soccer team.
Maybe you need to recruit for your team next year. Yeah. Amityville Soccer, of course, one win away from becoming state champs, but congratulations to them on a successful season. And actually today, All-American Juan Ponce being honored as there's a three-pointer drilled from the near baseline by Ostermerling. And Islip just will not go away. They answer back again, 37-36, Warriors in front, 5:42 to go. Driving in the paint, Kennedy up with the shot and hits it. This time Islip does not foul, but Kennedy's getting hot for the Warriors, 39-36. Amityville on top, 5:30 to go.
Amityville Warriors just trying to get that lead, trying to win, trying to get that win against Islip like last time. Now you have Buccaneers like struggling a bit to find their momentum where they can at least lead up. Yeah, they get the points and tied, but then we have players like Josh Figs, Smiley, who's like nonstop, just keeping Amityville on top.
3-point lead for the Warriors as Johnson slows things down, looking for a screen, instead goes the other direction. Kennedy from the left wing gets it back in between the circles, three-pointers, Johnson, and he drills it. 3 points in the bucket for the Warriors. They now lead 42-36, 5 minutes to go in the game.
This game has been really impressive. The hell of everyone in this room, like this game cannot be any tighter than what people expected. Now Buccaneers have to find a way to convert.
In the paint, James Seeger puts up the shot, gets the bucket, looking for the foul. You could hear his coach yelling, wanted an and one. Coach Lynch from the sidelines doesn't get it, but we get a timeout to talk things over. 42-38, 4:43 to go. This has been one of the better games I've seen in a while here in terms of two evenly matched teams fighting hard, but I give credit to Amityville because every time Islip answers, Amityville answers right back.
Because Amityville is the type of school where if you get ahead of me, we're just going to be better than you next time. We're going to keep improving, no matter what school or what team is in front of us. Because the team is always constantly looking to improve where no one can beat them, and that's what got Amityville School into its name. That's what got Amityville basketball to win some titles throughout the season.
We want to thank you for joining us here this Saturday morning on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. It's our first coverage of boys Warrior basketball this season. We've been kind of affected by the craziness of COVID as well, but we have a bunch of games coming up that we are most certainly looking forward to. But we want to inform you that our next broadcast will be this Monday on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, as the Amityville girls basketball team will be in action, and they will be hosting Harbor Fields. 5 p.m. tip, 4:45 pregame show, and Jairo, our very own Jairo Salazar, will be making his play-by-play debut right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. So we appreciate your support, and we look forward to that one. But plenty of action, plenty to go here. 4:40 left in the game. Warriors with a 4-point lead and the basketball. Sherwin Johnson slowing things down in between the circles, sends it over to Kennedy. Kennedy for three. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by James Seeger, and Islip coming right back, trailing by 4. 4:20 to go. Valjean has it, right wing. Warriors in the zone. Gets it over to Seeger, who hands it to the left side now, and it's Roselli. Back to the right side, Ostermerling puts up the three and hits it. Ostermerling, a dangerous threat from downtown and getting hot here in the second half. 42-41 with under 4 to play in the fourth.
If Amityville can just get that point and keep possession under the 4 minute half they have, they can maintain the game and get the lead. But if Islip gets better of them due to the offensive strength that they have.
Big Stalling, right hand from the left side, able to power his way to the basket. And the Warriors answer right back, 44-41, 3:32 to go in the game. Double team by the Warriors. Heimlich finds some help, gets it to Roselli. Goes from left to right, picks up his dribble as Smiley backs off, down low to Valjean. His shot doesn't go, tries to tip it in, loose ball, still bouncing around. Heimlich now takes it from the left low block. His shot too strong, rims around and pulled down with authority by Joshua Fig Stallings, who has been the force in the paint that the Warriors have so desperately needed. 3 minutes to go. Warriors with a 3-point lead and the basketball. In between the circles, it's Johnson. Tries to force a pass to Smiley. It's tipped and stolen away. Valjean on a fast break, and we get a foul. Foul on the floor before the shot, and that's a very smart foul by Amityville because you prevent the shot from going up, and you prevent the easy points. The last thing you want to do here is allow them to score and give them a chance for the 3-point play. So a very smart move there. Slows things down a little bit. But Islip does keep the ball as it will be Ostermerling inbounding under his own basket. Finds Roselli. Right wing. Top of the key now. It's Valjean. Plays catch with Roselli. Gets it to Heimlich. Back to Valjean. Left side. Left wing. Three-pointer. Long three. Rims out. Loose ball. Battle for it. Kennedy trying to get it. Beats Valjean to it. Kennedy taking it himself. Tripped up. We get a whistle as Kennedy crashes into the padded wall on our left. And Coach Thomas, with a smile on his face, talking with the official now as they're going to call a foul on Islip. Amityville will keep the ball with a 3-point lead. 2:38 to go. Warriors out in front of the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers over the limit in fouls. Amityville in the bonus. So Kennedy will go to the free throw line.
I think Kennedy, after all his misses, he would convert this one because he's trying to get that win for his team to be.
And Kennedy's able to hit the first of a 1-and-1 attempt, so that was a big point because now it makes it a 2-possession game. Warriors out in front, 45-41, 2:38 to go. Kennedy getting set. Coming off a big game as he hits his second free throw. He gets the job done. Kennedy had 13 points in their loss to Harbor Fields. Last year, an all-league player, Elijah Kennedy. And he shows you there as he hits 2 big free throws. Warriors up 46-41, under 2.5 to play in the game. But every single time, Islip has answered back. Heimlich has it. Valjean has it. Left wing, bounce pass, stolen away by Smiley. Smiley has it. Finds Williams underneath, other side to Kennedy, and Elijah Kennedy starting to take over in this one for the Warriors. It's 48-41 as we approach the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter. In the corner, Lewis back in the game for the Buccaneers, looking for help, forces a pass to Smiley, intercepting it. Kennedy again driving in the paint, shot won't go, rebound pulled down underneath by Johnson, out of bounds. Warriors keep it, and a very much needed and smart timeout by head coach Jamie Lynch of the Islip Buccaneers, as for all the poise that you've seen from Islip this game, answering back every single time Amityville gets in front, the last couple of possessions, you can see them starting to unravel.
Yeah, Islip has really just been knocking the park out with Amityville, keeping on their toes every time Amityville thinks that they lead, boom. Boom, they always got the counter, but now, as you see, like with 1 minute left, 40 seconds into idle, you have Amityville Warriors who have gotten the lead out with now 7 points in, which makes it harder for the Islip Buccaneers to get their points back.
You know, we talked about before, who was going to step up offensively for Amityville? Joshua Fig-Stallings was their guy early on. And if I have this down correctly, Elijah Kennedy, 8 points, all of them coming here in the second half. A lot of them coming here in the fourth quarter. And Kennedy has 6 points. Actually, I'm sorry, he does. He has 8 points all in the fourth quarter. You know, we talked about before, 13 points in the last game. You expect him to be one of your better players, and he was quiet for most of the game. But your best players are the ones that play at their best when it matters the most. And that's what Kennedy's doing. He's putting this team on his back right now. And with 1:47 to play in the contest, Amityville with a 48-41 lead. We'll see how the Buccaneers respond after this timeout. They will have the ball. No pressure in the backcourt from the Warriors as Caden Lewis gets set to inbound. He has his starting backcourt and 3 guards on the floor for Islip. And it'll be Rosali bringing the ball up. Oz-Timurlink now cross court to Valjean. Valjean's been quiet today. Double teamed right wing. Gets it over to Heimlich. Heimlich dribbles. Middle of the court. Looks to get a pass, and he's going to draw a foul. And Islip not yet in the bonus as Savell Williams called for the foul. So Islip will keep possession as they inbound under their own basket. Lewis looking to get the ball in bounds, tries to force a pass in the paint. Dangerous pass, kicked out for a 3-pointer, won't go by Ostermerling, and the Warriors get the rebound. Kennedy has it. Far sideline, right in front of Coach Thomas. Now, bottom of the circle, it's Sherwin Johnson slowing things down. With 75 seconds to go, Warriors up by 7. Pass in the paint, we get a whistle and a foul, and this is going to have to be Islip's strategy here. They're going to have to start committing fouls to stop the clock and send the Warriors to the line. All Amityville has to do now is hit their free throws to try to put this game away as Christian Smiley draws the foul and gets the opportunity for the free points.
And if Amityville Warriors can just keep possession even after the Buccaneers commit their fouls, I think when the timer runs out, they'll be victorious at the end of the game.
1-on-1 attempt. Smiley drains the first one. So first it was Elijah Kennedy on the 1-on-1. Now Christian Smiley. Both players getting the job done. And the Warriors up 49-41. 8-point lead with 1:13 left on the clock. Smiley set for the second free throw. All quiet here on Claude Byer court. And Smiley, the sophomore, playing like a veteran, drains both free throws, and the Warriors up by 9, largest lead of the game with 1:08 to go. Here is a long 2 by Heimlich, and now they're going to say it is a 3. 50-44, Heimlich, but maybe too little too late. Full court pressure, and the pass tipped out of bounds. Good defense by Vinny Rosali, but Amityville will retain possession. And with 54.5 seconds left, the Warriors find themselves up by 6.
The Warriors are if the Buccaneers can just play correctly and stop committing dumb fouls.
I think at this point they're looking to foul because that's the only way that they're going to be able to stop the clock. Otherwise, Amityville's just going to run this clock out. But you have to give credit. Bad teams miss free throws in key moments, and the Warriors are 4 for 4 on the freebies that the Buccaneers have been giving them. And I expect to see that here too. I mean, it's with a 6-point lead, it's still a 2-possession game, but with 54 seconds left in the game and 27 seconds on the shot clock, the Buccaneers are not going to be able to waste much time trying to cause a turnover before they're going to be forced to make Amityville try to win this game from the free throw line.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like totally, because some teams are gonna foul to keep the game going, so they can have the chance to keep playing. While the team is winning, is just trying to be more defensive, where the other team won't get the win.
Let's see how long Islip waits to foul. Is Sherwin Johnson set to inbound right in front of us here. 54.5 on the game clock. 35. Wow, Amityville gets a fresh shot clock. It was down to 27 seconds. Johnson with the ball, dribbles, left side, sends it over to Farrier. Back to Johnson, down low to Smiley, triple teamed in the paint, up with the shot, doesn't go, and there's the foul. But that will send Smiley to the free throw line for a pair, and that didn't work. Islip clearly going for the turnover, unable to get it, and now you end up getting Smiley at the free throw line anyway, and you also lost 16 seconds worth of game time.
Yeah, every second counts in this game for Islip. Like, literally every second counts, because if you lose 1 second, that's a second that you could have gone at a point.
So shot is up, and Smiley again converts from the charity stripe. And now the Warriors have a 51-44 lead, 38.7 seconds remaining. Smiley looking to hit his 4th in a row from the free throw line. Shot is up. Rims around, bounces a few times, and falls through the net. Warriors up by 8. 52-44, 36 seconds remaining in the game. Islip has to hurry. Long three-pointer by Austin Merling, doesn't go. Rebound, pulled down by Johnson, and immediately Islip, with no choice, commits a foul. So that will send Johnson all the way down to the other end of the court with a chance to add to this Warrior lead. The shot clock is turned off for the remainder of the contest as we are just under 30 seconds to go. Amityville holding on to an 8-point lead. They've had a strong fourth quarter. Give Islip a lot of credit because every time Amityville started to pull away, Islip answered right back. But a few possessions in a row around the 3-minute mark has given the Warriors a pretty strong lead here as the first free throw is up and in. Double bonus now for the Warriors, so they don't have to worry about 1-and-1s. They get 2 freebies the rest of the way, and Johnson does exactly what he's supposed to do. He gets set for the second free throw, trying to put the Warriors up by 10, and he does. Largest lead of the game for Amityville. They go up by 10, 30 seconds left, and I think at this point, this one is pretty much over. Islip has it. It's Heimlich in the paint, swatted away underneath by Ulrich Farrier. His teammates liked that one. Ball goes out of bounds, so Islip will keep possession. 20.9 seconds left. Amityville up by 10. Lewis looking to inbound. Swarming defense by the Warriors. Inbound pass is picked off by Kennedy, but he falls out of bounds in the process of doing so. So Islip will keep the basketball, but I think once Amityville gets the ball back, barring maybe a three-pointer by Islip, they'll hold out the clock. Pass is kicked out of bounds by Kennedy. Kennedy just swarming, not making things easy for Islip, despite the fact that the Warriors are up by 10. So they'll try it again. Inbound to Valjean, spins around in the paint. Shot off the back of the rim, doesn't go. Here's a three-pointer by Austin Merling. That won't fall. Rebound pulled down by Sherwin Johnson, and he will dribble out the clock. That is how things will end here at the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium. A Saturday morning victory for the Amityville Warriors as they knock off the Islip Buccaneers for the second time this season by a final score of 54-44. Great job by the Warriors, especially down the stretch to pull away and ultimately get the victory.
Yeah, obviously we all saw that, but the Buccaneers have played an amazing game. So did the Amityville Warriors, but like a really close game. It should have been close, but the Amityville Warriors pulled their punches. As the Buccaneers tried to do what they did best and commit fouls so they wouldn't run out the time. But in the end, Amityville Warriors just got the win out of them.
An exciting game, a lot closer than what the final score dictates, but the Warriors do pull off the 54-44 victory against the Islip Buccaneers. But don't go anywhere. We're going to break this one down from you from start to finish as we bring you the post-game show. Next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up. Never give the caller your personal information, like your Social Security number or bank account, or send money in any form, cash, gift cards, wire transfers, of prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General, at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
Yes, hello, this is Coach Gordon Thomas from the Amityville Warriors basketball team, and you're listening to Warrior Basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
My name is Jairo Salazar, and I'm here joined by Aiden. And today's our post-game match where the Amityville Warriors beat out the Buccaneers by 10 points, 54 to 44. It was a thrilling game, exciting game. What do you think, Aiden?
I was getting anxiety just by watching it. Every last second counted for both teams. I would say it was a close game. Both teams played excellent. They both tried their best, gave 100%, and Amityville came up on top.
Yeah, where we see in the first quarter, Joshua Fix-Stalin got the 2, and then Holmick had an amazing run, getting 2 until number 10 Sherwin Johnson, where Johnson was able to get the 2. Christian Smiley also got the 2, where you started to see where they started to get more and more tight, where the races could not be broken.
It was like I was like super nervous that Amityville wasn't going to be able to pull it off, but Islip kept going on. Amityville kept going on. They were both playing so well that it was close. Like, it was close until the end, where Eli and Christian Smiley, they were both just hitting shots, and so was Julian and Trevor off Islip. Those 4 players, I would say, were the 4 players that helped the team win.
Yeah, I totally agree, because Amityville Warriors have been playing with a young group, and they've been playing amazing, where you see Joshua Fix-Stalling, who is a senior on the team this year, who has been one of their big men stepping up, where he's been able to defensively play well, offensively help his teammates get some assists under his name, where he was able to create chances for them to score, and that's what led them to the victory. Where when we ended the 2 quarters for the halftime, it was tied 22-22 both sides. It was really matched up, where Heimlich really just went on a spree of 2s, and then Joshua Fix-Stalling really just helped them a lot.
He did not miss a shot. He just kept hitting layups, 3s. Every time he got that ball, he'd do his best to get that thing in the net. He tried everything, and most of the time he did. Some of the times they might have turned it over, but it was a very close matchup. Eli was doing fantastic.
Totally agree with you. Even though Eli had some chances where he couldn't convert, where he could have converted easily, he showed up in the last moments of the game where it really helped him, because big players stepped up in the last moments of the game throughout the game, and then you can see that Sherwin Johnson also stepped up, where we didn't see much of him, but he also created some chances and helped Christian Smiley to get some points, which helped them in. Where we entered 3rd quarter, where we see that Ulrich has been getting 2s. We see Christian Smiley getting 2s, and Sherman as well, which got them to a 5-0 until the number 1, DeAndrews, got a 1 from the charity line. And then we see number 30, AJ, missed 1 but got 1 again. No, that's my bad. I meant Joshua Fix-Stalling missed 1 but also got 1. And then the number 10, Heimlich, got 1 but missed another. So it was back and forth with the Amityville Warriors, but then Islip had a bit of a run, 8-0.
That was very impressive. Both teams, defense and offense, did incredible. The defense on Islip could have been a little bit better stopping Amityville, but Amityville still got it done. Islip played a fantastic game. There was a lot of fouls, though. Amityville had 7 fouls. Islip had 10 fouls. It was a very aggressive game.
Yeah, I totally agree. And entering the fourth quarter, whereas everything seems to be tied, where no, we can't tell a determined winner. We just see Amityville going on a whole spree. We have Eli, we have Ulrich, we have Sherwin, Joshua Fix, Stalling going on a
Smiley.
spree. Christian Smiley, Joshua Fix, Sterling, all of them went on a spree, passing to each other, talking, making smart decisions, getting the free throws and scoring them. And at the outcome, they got 54 points, which gave them a 10 lead on their opponents, the Islip Buccaneers, who only got 44.
It was the 4 players you named. They all played very efficiently. They made efficient plays, and they did everything that they had to do to win. The keys of the game were to do your 100%, and that's exactly what they did. They put in their 100%, had a good mindset, and got the win.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because Amityville has just been. You can see here how much have they been practicing and non-stop playing because they always wanted to win, and this shows how much determined they are under the leadership of Coach Thomas.
They did amazing. The coach helped them out. They on the other team, Islip, Vinny Rosselli, number 3, he hit all of his threes. Every time he got that ball and went for a 3 shot, he'd hit it 95% of the time.
So our next game will be Monday. Monday, where we'll have Amityville's girls basketball against Harbor Fields at our own court, where we'll be broadcasting. Pre-game show is at 4:45, and tip-off will be at 5 p.m. Aiden, what's your final thoughts on today's game on Amityville versus Islip Buccaneers?
They both played 100%. They both did what their coaches told them. They played aggressive, which made the game fun. Christian, Smiley, Sherwin, they both stepped up to the plate and both smashed it out of the park.
All right, that has been our post-game match. You're here joining us. My name is Jairo Salazar, and I'm here joined by Aiden, and we thank you for joining us in this broadcast on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, and we wish to see you Monday against Amityville's girls basketball versus Harbor Fields on our home court. See you Monday. Final score, Amityville with 45 and Islip Buccaneers with 44. Have a good night.
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.